Since our show on Friday night, there have been 13 more mass shootings across 10 states, taking the lives of at least 17 people. In Virginia, South Carolina, and Texas, shootings at graduation parties killed 2 people and wounded 17. In Philadelphia, 3 people were killed and 11 were injured when gunfire erupted in a crowd. There were shootings outside nightclubs in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Mesa, Arizona. A 14-year-old girl was killed early Saturday morning at a party in Phoenix. 3 wounded and 1 killed in Grand Rapids, Michigan, were wounded there. 3 killed in Saginaw, Michigan. All of these were tragedies, but none were headline-grabbing mass shootings like the one that we saw recently in Uvalde, Texas, or in Buffalo in the past couple weeks. But here's the thing. Most mass shootings, as terrible as they are, do not grab attention. Many are interpersonal disputes that 10 or 20 years ago might have led to a fistfight, but now become a gunfight instead, because that's what happens in a country with more guns than people. Aftab Pureval is the mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio. He's a Democrat. He's among the 255 bipartisan group of mayors who signed a letter urging Congress to act on gun violence in the wake of the Uvalde and Buffalo mass shootings. And Mayor Pureval joins me now. Mayor, first, maybe let's start with what Cincinnati is like, a mid-sized to smaller city, but cities across the range of sizes and densities and region and geography have seen an increase, specifically and most worryingly in gun violence. Are you seeing that, and what do you attribute it to?
Yeah, this is absolutely a national problem. It's happening in Cincinnati. It's happening in cities all across the United States. And what we're seeing here in Cincinnati is 2 factors that's really leading to the gun violence. Number one, the universal accessibility of guns on American streets. And number 2, as you mentioned in the lead-in, the inability of everyday citizens to resolve differences, the issues that would have resulted in a fistfight because of the universal accessibility of guns are now leading to a gunfight. So what we've seen in Cincinnati and in cities across the country is an evolution of the gun violence. Decades ago, it used to be centered around low income or communities experiencing crime. Now it's unfortunately everywhere.
You also have a state structure in the state of Ohio, which is quite permissive in its gun laws, particularly compared to a place like maybe New York or California. And you had Mike DeWine, the governor, sign a bill allowing permitless concealed carry, which, if I understand it correctly, means anyone can carry a handgun at any time, anywhere in the state of Ohio. Is that right?
That's right, without any training. We talked about gun violence in the opening. Mass shootings are touching all states, Ohio included, Cincinnati included, and particularly, probably most notably, Dayton, Ohio. In 2019, the summer of 2019, a gunman opened fire in the city of Dayton using an assault rifle, murdering 9 and injuring 27 in 32 seconds. Leaders from around the state, national leaders, came to Dayton and said, enough is enough, we're going to do something. And instead of doing anything to reduce the number of guns on our streets, lawmakers in Columbus are making it worse by taking away the training and by allowing people to conceal carry anywhere they want to. Law enforcement was against this. But my response to that is it's madness. It's absolutely madness to put more guns on our streets to exacerbate the problem even more.
There are people who will say, particularly I think people that are sort of committed to this kind of gun maximalist view, that what you're doing right now is a kind of blame shifting, kind of scapegoating, which is, Democrats in big Democrat cities, they're the ones who have a problem with gun crime or crime more broadly, and they're trying to push blame off on gun manufacturers, the NRA, or law-abiding citizens. What do you say to that?
Mayors don't have time for that crap. Right? 255 mayors from across the country, including Republicans, signed this letter urging senators to take action, urging them to stop the violence, to help us, give us the tools as mayors to reduce the violence in our cities. Look, mayors across the country are doing what we can. Innovative things like the city of Kansas City is suing gun manufacturers. Here in Cincinnati, we're working with ATF, the Department of Justice, to use data-backed science in order to take implicit bias out of it and put more violent criminals behind bars. We're also sending mental health professionals to nonviolent 911 calls. But we can't do this alone. We need state action. We need federal action because this is a federal problem. All the rhetoric, all the blaming, that's for DC. Mayors have to drive results in our cities, and Republican and Democratic mayors are saying we need help from the federal government and from our capitals to take guns off the street, not put more guns on the street.
Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Purawal, thank you very much for your time tonight, sir.